Morgantown. It took 2 overtime periods, but West Virginia finally got out of its own way enough to take advantage of someone else's mistake. After Baylor quarterback Charlie Brewer was picked off to start the second overtime, Leddie Brown wrapped it up with a 3-yard plowing touchdown up the gut to put an end to a game riddled with penalties, turnovers and miscues as WVU snuck out with a 27-21 win over Baylor Saturday at Milan Puskar Stadium. It marked the 5th loss in 5 tries in Morgantown for the Bears, 1-1 overall, 1-1 Big 12 Conference. After 2 interceptions, a fumble, 12 penalties, 8 punts and 5 third-down conversions in 18 tries, the Mountaineers didn't pick up man-style points on offense. But those concerns can come later. As of the postgame, and a week after a bitter 27-13 loss at Oklahoma State, WVU coach Neal Brown was just happy to score more points than the Bears did. "People are going to say it's ugly, I'll say it's gritty," Brown said. "My hope is we can point back to this game in this second half and us finding a way to win and not lose, which is what I was talking about after the game at Oklahoma State. We found a way to lose that game. Here at home, we found a way to win, and I'm hopeful that we can point back when we get this thing rolling and we can say, hey, this is the game, we kind of figured it out." A largely uneventful game certainly had its moments of excitement down the stretch. West Virginia took a 14-7 lead into the 4th quarter, going ahead on a 1-yard Leddie Brown plunge with 1:38 left in the 3rd period. Prior to that touchdown, with the score knotted at 7 at the half, the teams traded 5 punts until the Mountaineers, 2-1, 1-1, went 72 yards on 11 plays to grab the lead. The 4th quarter was largely the same, with neither offense finding much footing. The Mountaineers seemed to have things under control, forcing a Baylor punt midway through the quarter, but it was muffed after a teammate plowed into returner Alec Sinkfield and the Bears took over at the WVU 27. But the West Virginia defense stood tall again, stopping Baylor on downs at the 1-yard line to preserve the lead. The WVU offense was held yet again, and this time, starting from their own 41 after a WVU punt, the Bears broke through. A pivotal unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on West Virginia linebacker Tony Fields gave Baylor a new set of downs on 3rd and 10, and it led to Brewer finding a crossing Josh Fleeks on a 34-yard touchdown to suddenly tie things at 14 with just 1:19 remaining. WVU took over at its own 40 after an unsportsmanlike penalty on Baylor but stalled out again, sending the game to overtime. The Mountaineers took the ball first, and, after Sean Ryan came up half a yard short on a 3rd down throw from WVU quarterback Jarret Doege, Neal Brown decided to go for it rather than take a field goal that would have put the Mountaineers up 17-14.